Yeah, guys, myself Hari. I'm a solution architect and I'm a AWS DevOps engineer. So I have a 10 plus years of experience. So now I'm working as a solution architect and I have a 10 plus years of experience as a real-time trainer. So in this course, I will, I will, I will, I will brief you something like Linux and AWS and DevOps tools. Okay, so I will give you the brief introduction about the course results. You guys can so before that, you guys can introduce yourself. Can start from Anand. Anand, you there?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
Hi
hi.
to all. So myself Anand Kumar.
Okay,
I have 10 plus experience, total IT.
okay.
So currently working in a Infosys, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and as a release support, okay.
Okay,
So basically, continuous deployment side. So
okay.
I'm actually looking for a certification for DevOps. So yes, my friend referred this one. So
Okay.
so I'm here. Yeah, that's it
Yeah.
from.
Welcome to this group, Anand. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining.
thanks you too.
Yeah. So I think next home. Introduce yourself. Don or something like Con. Don, right?
Yes, yes. Hey, thank you. I am new to AWS or DevOps, so I have little or no experience, and I just want to learn and grow the
Okay.
skills on how to navigate around and maybe get a good job with it.
Okay. So are you in same platform or something like you are in the different platform working in?
I'm not in any other platform, just in this platform.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So next iPhone, introduce yourself.
Uh, okay, I can move forward. I am Dr. Are. So,
Okay.
like you see, I have little or no experience when it comes to DevOps or AWS. So, I have no idea. So, I'm
Okay.
just trying to get myself into this and see if I can get a new job and start up a new career. I have better health and safety background. So, I've
Okay.
been working in the oil industry. So, for
Okay.
some time. So, this is quite new to me. And
Okay.
looking forward to get into this. Thank you.
All the best. All the best. Yeah. Next. Mm, Kihindi. Kihindi. Is a good name. So pronounce is Kihindi, right? Kihindi.
Yeah. Kind of Shubhandi, yeah.
Kihindi Subhani. Yeah, Kihindi. Introduce yourself.
I can't hear you very well.
He wants
Yeah,
you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay. My name is Kind Shubhandi. I'm living in Germany.
Okay.
Mm.
So are you working present?
It's not clear on my side very well yet.
He is asking if you are working recently. He wants to know what you are working. If you are new to this, yeah.
I'm working.
You're working as in
I'm working.
which platform, at which domain or something like
It's very difficult to understand.
Like where are you working? Like, are you new to this AWS DevOps? What you are doing, is it related to this?
So are you working as a software engineer?
No,
Are you working as
I'm working in a company where they are producing metal, but it's different from this course. I just have too much. I have interest in this course so that I can change my work.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So next, Ramakrishna.
Hi.
Ramakrishna, you there?
Yeah. Thank you, Hari.
I'm unable to hear your voice. I think your voice is very slow, very low. Can you speak
Yeah,
loudly?
Am I here?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Ramakrishna.
Mm-hmm.
I completed my graduation in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested for the AWS and cloud services technologies.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have joined this class.
Okay. Very good.
Present, I'm not in working.
Okay.
Thank you.
So next, Nagvalanyo. Valinyo. NG Valinyo.
Yeah, Guanelu.
Valinyo. Yeah. So introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm Guanelu Lovelin from Austria,
Okay.
and I have a background in sales.
Okay.
I've been in the IT world for a while now, struggling to study. I
Mm-hmm.
did software testing and Scrum Master. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to indulge in this because I believe there are bigger opportunity with this. So that's the reason why I'm into clouds. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Victoria Johnson. So Victoria Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria. I'm presently working as an IT auditor, and I'm taking this training to see if I can dive into this field. I'm very new to AWS DevOps. I have no experience with
Yeah.
it, so I'm hoping to complete this training and hopefully get a job around this field. Thank you.
All the best. Patrick, you there? Patrick Chidi. Patrick. I think Patrick mic is enabled, not enabled. Patrick, if you want, you can drop and again you can join. You can join again. I think I'm seeing your mic is not enabled. Good. Patrick. Yeah. Guys are able to see my screen, right? Guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm yeah. So myself, Hari, right? I already told you, right? I have a 10 plus years of experience. I'm working as a solution architect and senior DevOps engineer, associate staff engineer. So I have a 10 plus years of real time and as a trainer. So in my past something like 10 years of experience, I did the certifications like I'm a Red Hat certified system administrator, and I'm a Red Hat certified engineer. I'm a AWS solution architect, and I'm a ITL V3 certified. So I3L V3 certified is related to something like incident problem and change management. That Red Hat is related to the Linux environment and AWS. So I'm a AWS certified solution architect. So these are my achievements and the certifications. So coming to the course, so in this course, so we will discuss in detail about the Linux and the AWS and the DevOps tools. So yeah, this class will be so around something like 60 days, 45 to 60 days. Most probably first 20 days we will discuss about the Linux. Next 20 days we will discuss about the AWS, and the other next 20 days we will discuss about the DevOps tools. So whenever we start the AWS, we will include all the DevOps tool in the AWS. So something like 40 days for the AWS and DevOps, 20 days for the Linux. Not a Linux environment. How? So something like so we will discuss about the OS from scratch. From scratch, what is OS? So why OS? So where we install the OS? So something like where our application will be deployed to the deployed. So what are the what are the pain points, what are the developers are doing, what are the QA team is doing. So what is the environment is set up while hosting a one application, something like either whatever it may be, the applications like web applications like. So whenever we are seeing the any application in the internet, that will be a website. That website, so where we need to host our website and how it comes. So exactly what developers is doing, what QA is doing, and what the operation deployment team or what the DevOps team is doing. So we will discuss entire things. So in this course. So
I have a small
DevOps.
doubt, Hari.
Yep.
These any coding needed? Coding we need to learn it or no need? I think so.
Yeah. So there will be in the DevOps. So there will be a coding, something like Ansible and the Terraform and the Kubernetes. So this is not a structured languages. These are just like a layman languages. So the coding will be writing same like as a English. How you are writing your English. So will the coding will also be a writing as a English. Something like there is no structure format. So we can easy to write the uh, playbooks or something like a Terraform files. It easily to understand and it easily to write the coding, write the
Scripts,
playbooks.
right?
So there is
Just
no,
like
so
scripts.
it's a layman language. So it's not a structure oriented language, same like as a Python, Java, or whatever it may be. C plus plus Java. So there will be a small coding is there, but that is a layman language. So every can easily understand and write the code. Did you understand, Anand?
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So in the DevOps full course, something like what we will discuss is. So we will discuss the module, something like so what is DevOps? In the DevOps, which tools need to involve to automate the process? Something like a DevOps overview, version control using Git, GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. I will show you everything, GUI and the CLI. So the continuous integration using Jenkins. I will show you the CI/CD part. Jenkins is used for the CI/CD, and I will show you the GitLab CI/CD also. So containerization using Docker. So Docker. So we will discuss in this course Docker, something like how Docker comes, the container, how container comes before something like a virtual. So virtualization. So before that is a physical to virtual to containerization. So then Kubernetes, how to install the Kubernetes, what is the Kubernetes, why Kubernetes. So we will discuss in this course. So Ansible also we will discuss. So Puppet and Chef, I will give you a brief introduction about the Chef and Puppet. So why Ansible came, why Ansible is most popular than Chef and Puppet.
I'm
So
sorry,
Ansible is a,
continue.
yep.
Are you sharing your screen and anything?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see or not?
No, I'm not able to. I don't know if it's the same thing with
Guys,
everyone.
are you able to see my screen, right?
I can see.
Yeah.
I'm able to see the screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna log out and come back in.
Yeah, you can log out and log in again. Yeah. So Ansible is something like a configuration management tool, and Terraform also we'll discuss about that. Terraform is something like a IAC tool, infra as a code. So how to build the infra through code. So we will discuss Terraform and continuous monitoring using Nagios. What is the ELK? Guys, give me a second.
Sorry. Sorry.
Guys, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. So modules like Ansible, Puppet, continuous
No problem.
integration, continuous monitoring using Nagios. Are you able to hear, right?
Yes, yes.
Guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So DevOps overview, something like so before DevOps, there will be something like deployments will be through the waterfall model. Waterfall model is nothing but a iPhone. Can you mute yourself? iPhone, can you mute yourself? Yeah. So before DevOps, there will
Please come back after. When you finish, you can come back. Come back 2 minutes. No, I don't understand.
yeah, I'm muted. So before DevOps, there will be something like a manual intervention. Everything will be done through the manual. So after something like agile model, so the DevOps, the automation will comes into the picture. Something like what is a waterfall model? So what is the agile model? So waterfall model is nothing but a analyze, plan, design, build, test, deploy. So these are the phases of a, these are the phases. You guys doesn't know this phase. I will tell you, no worries. Something like agile methodology. Agile methodology comes under the something like iterations. So they will segregate the modules and they will deploy it. Agile methodology is something like analyze, plan, design, build, test, and deploy. So if there is any issue or bug in the design phase or build phase or test phase, it will automatically resolve within this. So we can set as a module based methodology agile. So limitations of waterfall model, something like waterfall model is something like a manual intervention. So I will give you a brief introduction, guys. So limitations of a waterfall model is something like a high amounts of risk and uncertainty. No working software is produced until the late during the life cycle. Once an application is in testing stage, it is very too difficult to go back and change something that was not well throughout in the concept stage. Something like a not a good model for the complex and object oriented programs, and not as suitable for the projects where the requirements are at the moderate to high risk of the changing. So in the agile methodology, each project is broken into a several iterations, but in the waterfall methodology, so there will be a sequential. So if something goes wrong at the testing, it will be difficult to find and difficult to figure out. So in the waterfall model, if you want to deploy anything, it will take something like a 6 months. But in the agile methodology, so we are working as a sprint. So I will tell you guys, no worries. So in the agile methodology, each project is broken up into several iterations. All the iterations should be of the same time duration between 2 to 8 weeks. For example, in the future, we want to add a new feature in the application, so it will take around 2 weeks of it. In the sprint it will be a 15 days. So in the 15 days we will be adding a new feature into our application. So something like, for example, whatsapp is the application. So whatsapp having something like a chat and contacts. So recently they added the status is the new feature of the WhatsApp. So in the in the waterfall methodology, if you want to add a new feature in the application, it will take 6 months time to take to deploy a new feature. But in the agile methodology, if you want to deploy a new feature in the application, it will take around 2 to 8 weeks. So this is the difference between waterfall and agile methodology. I will give you a example, guys. No worries. So at the end of the each iteration, a working product should be delivered. A working product should be delivered. So limitations of agile methodology. Something like agile methodology code works in my laptop. So what developer is saying something like a code works fine in my laptop, but in the operations team is nothing but a so the Linux engineer, Windows engineer, whatever the engineers who are managing the servers. So they're handling the servers. Operations team handling the hours. So developer team develop that code and the operations team deploy our application to the servers. So something like what the operations team saying that there is some problem with the code, it does not work in the production. So developer saying something like code works fine in my laptop. So there is a gap in between the developer and operations team. So developer wants a change and the operation wants a stability. So what is the solution? The solution is called as a DevOps. The solution is called it as a DevOps. Dev, so development team and operations team. So development team develop the code and operations team deploy the code. Whatever the code developers develop, operations team will deploy into the servers. Deploy into the servers. So DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is a methodology, or DevOps is a culture to automate the process. So we can include something like a dev and operations team include so work together and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. So what is DevOps, guys? DevOps is a methodology, or DevOps is a culture. DevOps is not a tool. So it will contain a number of tools to automate the process. So it work together. Development team and operations team work together and automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Automate the process is nothing but a DevOps. Yeah. So you guys doesn't understood what is a waterfall model, what is a agile methodology, right? Guys, 1 second. Guys, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. So what is what is what is waterfall methodology and what is agile methodology? Does anyone knows SDLC, guys? Guys, does anyone knows SDLC?
Software development cycle, actually, while designing the one application, they follow the process.
Yeah. So for example, social media website, Facebook or Instagram or something like a WhatsApp. WhatsApp is for what is the purpose of WhatsApp, guys?
Chatting, communication.
Yeah. So it's a media of a communication. Something like before WhatsApp, so there will be a mobile communication will be there. So try or something like a that that mobile company, something like the mobile sim companies, like something like so in US AT&T, T-Mobile, in India Airtel, uh, Vodafone or something like Idea, VI, Geo. They are using before they are they are taking the money, they are charging the money for sending the messages from one network to another network. Something like they are taking something like a try or something like there will be a policy is there. So they will charge the money for sending a message, right? So something like so who invented the WhatsApp? So something like some other guy. So finally it's acquired by a Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. So something like so the thought is something like I have a thought. So I want to create a application, a website for sending the messages in over the internet. It will be free, right? So something like how how I can develop a website. How I can develop a website. Definitely we need to follow the SDLC, software development life cycle. In the software development life cycle, there will be a stages. First, analyze or gathering the requirements. So how we can create our application, something like analyze, plan, design, build, test, and deploy, something like SDLC. What are the stages, guys? Analyze, plan, design, build.
You will share the PPT also, right, to us?
Sorry.
You will share the PPT, right? Whatever you prepared document, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Sorry, are you asking something?
No, you will share the document, right? Whatever you are
Yes.
showing in the screen.
Yeah, I will share
Thanks.
the document. Something like so every class will be recorded and it will share it under the drive. I will show you something like, yeah, you see.
Yes. Batch. Okay.
Yeah.
Batch wise.
So these are the class recordings and the documents. I will share it in the Google Drive. So and I will give you the access to the guys, so you can watch the recording and you can watch you can read all the documents.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So SDLC, analyze, plan, design, code, build, test, apply. So these are the stages, guys. So I want to develop a new website. So we can follow this procedure. So SDLC, software development lifecycle. So for example, I have a thought to create a website for the messaging purpose. WhatsApp. Guys, you guys are all know WhatsApp, right? Sir, I want to take another example. You guys, everyone knows the WhatsApp, right? Instagram, WhatsApp, or Facebook.
Yes.
Right? Right? Yeah. So something like, so this is the Google browser. For example, Google Chrome. In the Google Chrome, whatever you are searching, for example, www.webwhatsapp.com. So whenever you are clicking in the internet, in the browser internet, so www.com, so it will get the WhatsApp, right? Your WhatsApp page. So how it comes, where it comes from? Does anyone knows? So whenever you are searching in the internet, any information, so you will get, right. So you will get. So how it comes and where it comes from? Does anyone knows? So in the internet or in the browser, you are searching anything, definitely you will get something. So how it will get, so where it comes from.
Maybe server, in the online server, like hosted server.
Yes, very good. Guys, does anyone knows how it comes from? Where it comes from? You don't know, right? Something like so you are searching anything in the web. You are searching anything in the web, definitely you will get it, right? In the Google, you are getting, you are asking something, definitely it will get. So how it comes and where it comes from. Yeah. So now you understood, guys. So it will be opening. It will be opening a website page. For example, so this is the web.whatsapp.com. So whenever we click the website web.whatsapp.com, it's showing my WhatsApp profile, right? So how it comes and where it comes from. Yeah. So it comes from some other place. I will tell you where it can comes. Something like so analyze. So something like I have a thought. Something like I want to create a new application for the messaging. So I got a thought. I don't know the name of the application. For example, some other application, not a WhatsApp app. So I gathered all the information, how much charges they are taking from one message to another message, something like how they will charge. So if something like how they will get the free messages, something like a daily 100, they will get all the informations, and they're thinking something like how we can build our application, something analyzing. So analyzing something like a, so what are the resources? What are the resources to develop a application? So I want to develop a application, something like a through Java. Java is the open source. So they are thinking as a, so I want to create a application with the open sources. So Java and Tomcat on the Linux and the servers. So first analyze the analyze the unless the all require the all the gathers, then they will plan. So I'm planning something like I want to I want to deploy, I want to develop the application through the something like a Java, Tomcat, Linux servers. These are the minimum requirements if you want to deploy application. So in the design part, so how we can design? So what are the design? So design is something like so first there will be a chart, then contacts. So this is my application. The design is, this is my application. So the design is something like, so something like a chat, contacts. So this is my application and design. So this will be designed by a architect. This will be designed by a architects, something like a plan. So plan also will design by the architects, and design will also be architects will be designing. So chart, context, and build. So build in the build. The building says developers. So these are the developers. Developers will develop the code. So we'll develop the code. Who is a developers? Developers develop the code for a website. So they are developing the website. So something like they are developing the website through the Java language and test. So who will test? Something like a QA team. QA team will test the application. Will test the application. QA means quality analysis. Quality analysis will test the application. So once we design the application, developers design the application, so they will test it. That the QA team will test if the chart is working fine or not, if the contacts are working fine or not. Who will test the application? Testers. Tester QA team is nothing but a testers will test the application. So deploy. So if we develop the code, developers develop the code, and where we need to deploy our code. Where we need to deploy our code? So we need to deploy our code in the servers. We need to deploy code in the servers. Servers. So for example, this is the server. So server, how we can communicate with the server? Through the any one of the operating system. For example, Linux. Installed as a Linux OS. Then, so where we need to, so this is the code where we need to keep our code. We need to keep our code in the, so this is the code. So developers developed this code through Java. So where we need to keep this code, where we need to deploy this code, we will deploy this code in the web server. Web server is something like a Tomcat. We need to deploy our code in the web server. A web server is a Tomcat. So our code deployed on the web server. So this is a WhatsApp.jar or var. So this is the code. This is the code deployed in the server. So after deploying the code, who will validate the application? QA team validate the application. If it looks good, then we'll deploy it on the production environment, something like. So this is the web server. So this is the web browser. What is this? Web browser. So web browser. So whenever you want to see the any application in the web browser, definitely it will be deployed on the web server. It will be deployed on the web server. The web pages or websites comes from the web server. Comes from web server. And it will be deployed on the server, any one of the server. So and they are keeping or they are available as a internet. So that is the reason we are able to see whenever we hit the www.whatsapp.com, it searches in the internet and they find out the where our code or where our application is hosted. Yeah, here our website whatsapp.application is hosted. So then it comes from a web server to web browser, your application. So your application, you will hit the server and you will get the pages from the web server. You will get the pages from the web server. This is the web server. This is the web browser. This is the web browser. Guys, do you understand, right? Architects, analysis, a plan, design, build, test, deploy. So all the people involving, if you want to host a website on the internet, definitely we need these people. We need these people, developers we need, testers we need. So who will deploy our application? Operations engineer. Operations engineer. Operations engineer. Something like a developers develop that code, operation engineers deploy the code into the servers. So this is a manual process. This is a manual process. So this is a manual process. Manual process is nothing but a waterfall model. So waterfall model. So this is the analyze, plan, design, build, test, to deploy. But in the Agile methodology, so there will be a automation, something like here, build the code. Here, build is nothing but a integration. Build is nothing but a integration. So operations deploy is nothing but a deployment. So deployment. So everything will be manually in the a waterfall model. So agile methodology, if comes into the picture, agile methodology, there will be a automation. So how we can automate the manual process? How we can automate the manual process? So we can automate the manual process. So we can automate the deployment or something like CI/CD that comes into the picture. CI/CD. CI/CD is nothing but a continuous integration, continuous deployment. Continuous deployment. So in this continuous integration, continuous deployment, there will be a DevOps tools involved in this. You involved in this, and it will automate the process. So I will show you that automation. Yep. So this is the CI/CD. This is the CI/CD. So who provides the CI/CD? CI/CD provides the Jenkins, Bamboo, Hudson. So in this integration, something like a plan, code, build, test, everything will be through the. So we can use these tools and we can automate the CI process. So this is the CD process. So deploy, operate, monitor. We can use this. We can use these tools and we can automate the deployment process. We can automate the deployment process. DevOps stages are something like a version control, continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment. So version control maintains the different versions of the code. Here. Something like the first feature is a WhatsApp 1.1.0. Where are jar. In this 1.0. Where are jar, only chart and contacts. So and again, so they created a new feature called as a WhatsApp 2.0 dot where. In this 2.0, so they added a new feature called as a status. They added new feature called as a status. So I want to deploy this code into this server. So now, so initially it will be 1.0, then we can remove this and we can add the 2.0. After that there will be a new feature, WhatsApp 3.0. So what is the new feature? Something like a voice calling or video calling. Voice calling, so and a video calling. Something like this is a 4.0. So this is the 4.0. So this is the 5.0. So where we need to keep this code? We need to keep this code in the source control. Source code management tool. Source code management tool or version control system or version control system. So or a repository. Repository is called as something like a Git. Git is the a repository to copy your code. Git. So if developers are developing the code, so they will be copy it into the Git. Git is a source code management tool. So whatever the code developing the developers, it will push it to the Git repository. That is nothing but a version control system. Maintains the different versions of the code. Source code management tool. So continuous integration. Compile, validate, code review, unit testing, and integration testing. So before DevOps, before Agile methodology, waterfall methodology will be manual things, everything. After Agile methodology, everything will be automated. Something like how we can compile our code, how we can validate our code, how we can code review, how we can unit testing, integration testing. Testing is nothing but so testers will QA team will do the manual, right? So there will be a solutions called JUnit. There will be some of the tools will be there, so it will automatically test the results. So something like we are using the continuous builds, continuous delivery, deploying the build application to the test servers or PF. So test servers are is nothing but a continuous deployment, continuous delivery or continuous delivery, and continuous deployment is nothing but finally we can deploy our server into the production environment. So then we can monitoring the, so once we deploy our application, we can monitor, right? So something like we are seeing something like some sites are cannot, so the site cannot be reached because of there might be a server down, there might be a application down, there might be a service down, there might be a server down. So if this server is down, we cannot we cannot we cannot see the web whatsapp.com in the internet because of the server is in the hung state or server is in the shutdown state. Server is in the shutdown state. So how we can monitor if the server is down or not? We can monitor the monitoring tools. So we can monitor these two monitoring tools. Monitoring tools. Something like a source code management. Git, how we can use the Git, what is the Jenkins, what is the continuous integration, continuous deployment. Once the developers develop that code, it automatically Jenkins service took that code and build the code, compile, review, unit testing, integration testing, then package varying. So this is nothing but a continuous integration. So continuous delivery is nothing but a, once we package the jar, it will deploy into the servers is nothing but a continuous delivery. So this is a continuous deployment. This is the continuous delivery. So who provide the solution? Jenkins is the software. It provides a CI/CD solutions. Provides a CI/CD solution. Configuration management tool. So Ansible is the configuration management tool. So before it uses Chef and the Puppet. So I will tell you the Chef and Puppet. Ansible. Ansible is a configuration management tool. Why we need Ansible? So we'll show you. So continuous containerization. So what is a container? Now we can deploy our application into the containers. We'll show you. So Nagios is the monitoring tool and Linux. So we will start with the Linux fundamentals, something like what are the environments are there in our real time. So how we can deploy our application, how we can test our applications. So we can tell you the all the environments, non-production and production. So before going to the Linux, something like. So what is OS? So how many types of OS are there? Single user operating system, multi-user operating system. So what is OS? I will tell you in the fundamentals of the Linux. Something like a Linux fundamentals. So an open source Linux is an open source operating system. Something like a, so DevOps. Many of the DevOps tools are using the Linux. So that's the reason. So we need a basic knowledge on the Linux. So then only we can know the AWS and the DevOps. So first we start Linux. So 15 days or something like the first 15 days will show you the will detail. I will explain detail about the Linux and the environments. Then we will move to the AWS. So once we will start the AWS, so we can include the tools. We can include the tools with automatically when we start the AWS. It automatically include the tools and so whenever we want a tool, something like a IAC tool. IAC is nothing but a Terraform. So Terraform is a infrastructure as a tool. So we can build the infra through code also. We can build the infra through code also. Something like, so when we start the AWS, we will start the EC2 instance with manual intervention and the automation. How we can automate the server build. So we can include the Terraform. Something like I want to install a web server, Tomcat on the 100 servers. How we can install the Tomcat on the 100 servers. So we can use the Ansible to install the Tomcat on the 100 servers. So how we can do it? How we can automate? So I want to install the Tomcat on 100 servers. We want to log into the each and every server and we can install the Tomcat. So it will be taking a time to install the 100 servers, something like, so each and every server will take 10 minutes time to install the application. So if you want to do the 100 servers, 10 into 100, something like 1,000 minutes. The manpower we want the manpower we want 1,000 minutes, ma'am, 1,000 minutes. So to do the application installations. So we can use the Ansible within the so 10 minutes we can install on 100 servers. We can install on 100 servers. So that is the automation. So that is the automation. So Docker is the container solution. So initially it will be a physical, then it moved to the virtualization, then it moved to the containerization. The simplifying the solutions. How we can how we can simplify our solutions from the physical to virtualization to containerization. So Kubernetes. So nowadays Kubernetes is the most popular because of microservices. We are deploying our application into the microservices. So AWS. So we will tell you something like what is AWS or something like AWS is a cloud provider. They provides you with server and services that you can use on the demand and scale easily. AWS has revolutionized IT over the time. AWS powers some of the biggest website in the world. Amazon, Netflix uses the AWS cloud. So what are the services? So in the AWS, there will be some of the services, EC2, ECR, ECS, Lambda, auto scaling, IAM, KMS, S3. So all of the service, I will tell you the services and servers. Okay. So the cloud history, AWS, how it comes. Something like in 2002, it's launched. 2003, Amazon infrastructure is one of their core strengths. Idea to market 2004 launched publicly the SQS. In 2006, they launched the S3 and ECS, SQS. In 2007, it's launched in the Europe. So they are using Dropbox, is using Airbnb, NASA, Netflix are using the Amazon cloud, AWS cloud. So who are the number facts? Who are the competitor? Who are the market leaders? Leaders are Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft. So other challenges are Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud. So in AWS 2019, AWS had a 35.0 billion in annual revenue. AWS accounts for 47% of the market in 2019. Microsoft is second with 22%, pioneer and leader of the AWS cloud market for the ninth consecutive year, over something like a 10 lakh active users will be there in AWS account. So something like what are the use cases AWS cloud uses? AWS enables you to build sophisticated scalable application applicable to the diverse set of your industries. Use cases something like enterprise IT, backup, storage, big data analytics, website hosting, mobile social apps, gaming. Everywhere we can use the cloud. Everywhere we can use the cloud. Something like it is a global infrastructure. AWS will be a regions, availability zones, data centers, and edge locations and points of presences are there. Something like a all over the globe, it will be there. Okay. So after that, so first we will discuss about the Linux, then we will move to the AWS. So we will include the DevOps tool within the AWS. So this is nothing but a DevOps, guys. This is the course details about the DevOps. Guys, understood? Guys, understood?
Yes, yes.
So does anyone
Some
having
idea.
any doubts? Any doubts, guys?
So the AWS, the DevOps course is primarily tied to AWS, correct?
Yeah, DevOps course. Yeah. So we were included the AWS DevOps.
Okay,
So
is that?
Yeah, is not it?
No, I was thinking like I was thinking maybe the entire cloud system like Google Cloud or Amazon and Microsoft. So now I understand.
Azure. Yeah, I will tell you one thing. Something like the cloud core functionality. The cloud. So in this course, we will learn the a cloud core functionality. So we will learn the cloud core functionality. So how cloud came. So what are the features in the cloud? So what is the benefits of the cloud? So how we can use it in the cloud. So we will discuss this, the core functionality in the cloud, we will discuss in here, and we will learn something about the AWS. So if you know the core functionality of the cloud, definitely you can learn the AWS, either Amazon or AWS or something like a Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud or something like a Oracle Cloud or Alibaba Cloud. So if you learn any one of the cloud, so if you learn the core features of the cloud and any one of the cloud, so it will be easy to learn other cloud technologies. So I know Azure, I know Google, I know Oracle, I know AWS. Right. So I am something like when I want to learn a new cloud, so it is easy for me because of I know the core functionality of the cloud. So because of the core features are the so every cloud the core features is same, but the naming convention something like so we are using uh, Google Drive. Google Drive is nothing but a storage solution. In AWS it call it as a S3. In Azure it call it as a OneDrive. In Google it call it as a Google Drive. But the basic core functionality is so it is a storage media. It is a storage media to store our objects, whatever it may be, either photos or documents or videos or whatever it may be. We can upload our objects into the storage. But so different companies, different clouds, the core functionality is same, but the naming convention, it will be a S3, it will be a simple storage bucket, it will be a Google Drive, it will be a OneDrive, or some other cloud, some other names. The core functionality will be the same, but the naming convention will be different. So if you learn any one of the cloud, it will be easy to learn other clouds because of the core functionality, the concept of the cloud, the everything of the cloud. So so the services also same, but the naming convention is different. In the AWS, it call it as a EC2. EC2 is nothing but Elastic Compute Cloud. So in Azure, it call it as a VM. In Google Cloud, it call it as a VCM. So the core feature, the core feature is a server, but the naming convention is different. Now you understood? Bango, you are asking, you are right asking about the cloud.
Yes. Did you
Now
ask
you
another
understood,
question?
right?
Yeah, I got it right now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So if you know the core feature of the cloud, definitely you can learn the any cloud or any cloud. So if you learn the AWS, it will be easy to understand any one of the cloud. Okay. So the naming convention should be the different, but the core feature will be the same. Okay. Guys, anyone having any doubts regarding course content, course details?
Hi, Anand here.
Yeah, Anand.
This course contains like certification material or more real time
More
practice.
real time, more remote time. So more on this, if you want, you can do the certification also.
So I need to do some extra work, right? So apart from this training, I need to do something, right? Extra.
For certification.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So definitely I will guide you how we can something like if you know the core features, definitely you can easily to get the certification, right?
Okay, okay, got it.
Got it, right? So I will guide you if you want to do any certifications, for example, solution architect. So definitely I will guide you after the AWS. Something like how we can certify the AWS. If you want to do certifications on AWS, something like a cloud practitioner, a solution architect, AWS developer, AWS DevOps engineer, there will be a certifications are there. I will guide you how we can achieve that.
Yeah, it could be better. It could be good. Thanks for that. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Sandeep. Guys, any doubts? Ram Krishna, Patrick, Handy, Daisy, Valeno, Victoria. You understood, right, guys?
Yeah, I
So
don't have
how the
any doubts.
application, yeah. So I want to see application in the internet. Definitely it will be deployed out on the server. So then only we will get the you will get the pages. You will get the pages. So how we can deploy our application? So we need these analyze, plan, design, build, test, deploy to really deploy on the server. So you will deploy it on the web server. Then only we can see that web pages in the web browser. So this is the web browser, a web server. So if you are deployed in the server, a web server, then only we can see it in the web browser, right? So something or anything you are searching in our mobile, a browser. So definitely it will be deployed on any one of the server. It either be a physical server, it may be a virtual server, it may be a container. Understood, guys? Any doubts? Home, do you have a doubt?
Are we having this class every day? Everything looks okay on my end. Are we having this class every day, same time?
Yes, yes. Timings will be the same.
So we're having
So
tomorrow?
because of something like, so all the people are coming from different countries. So something like a Rohan set a timing for that all the people who are convenient from this time. So then so we are continue with this time. So 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. IST. I think
Every
12:30
day,
to,
Monday to Friday.
yeah, Monday to Friday. The class will be Monday to Friday. In India, something like Tuesday to Saturday.
And for how many weeks will it be?
Yeah, something like it will be 45 days.
Okay.
Okay. So most probably it will take 8 weeks to complete this.
So Harry, I'll be looking forward to those AWS certifications as well.
Yeah.
It's something I started before. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
So
for your
we'll
time.
continue from tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you,
Same
guys.
time, right? Same time.
Same,
So,
same time,
hello,
same.
excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, will you get the recorded class back to the
Yeah.
email?
And the
Something like you
slides?
are asked. Yeah, I will upload it in the drive and I will get, I will give access to Rohan. Rohan will provide to you.
Okay.
Every day I will upload the recording in the Google Drive. So initially something like we will give it in 3-4 days. 3-4 days. After 3-4 days, you guys can watch directly through the Google Drive.
Okay. Do you still have more time for question, please?
Sorry?
Do you still have more time for question?
Questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, yes. You can ask.
Yeah, this software development life cycle, actually, I did not introduce myself, but this is my first idea about AWS DevOps. So in that way, I don't understand the sequence. I can understand from the analyze to
Yeah.
the
So this is
um,
the this is
deploy.
something like, yeah.
Excuse me, if it is possible, from this designing that you've made here, or the diagram, explaining it, I would like to know in each of the section, like analyze, let me see what is involved on the analyze. On the planning, let's see what's involved on the planning on each of these samples, if I might call it.
Yeah. So I will tell you one thing. So something like, so this is for only demo and so you don't know where our application comes from. So
Okay.
that's the reason I will tell you the SDLC, how it comes. So SDLC wants a developers wants SDLC. You don't want SDLC. So this is the just something like a blueprint, how we can deploy our application, how we can develop our application, how we can test our application. So that's the reason I gave you a blueprint.
Okay.
Okay, you don't want to learn these things. So why I am telling you, so how it comes. I want to develop a software, how it comes. Right. So this is the just brief idea about the how it goes. But
Yeah.
who want this? Who want this? A developer wants this. How we can do the SDLC models. So you don't worry about this. So you are working on only the automation parts and something like a deployment part. So you are only working on the deploy and the build. So something like a developers develop that code and so a DevOps engineer deploy our application. So this is the two stages we are using. Okay, we are not using analyze, plan, design, test. First, for the understanding purpose only, I gave this info. Okay, understood?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We will continue from tomorrow. I will give this recording to the Rohan. Rohan will give it to you. You guys will contact with Rohan.
Another thing I wanted to know if it would be possible is to
Yes.
be able to know if if some of the days can be skipped, at least to give us some little chance to, either organize our work or even read and understand the previous class done.
Yeah.
Like
So
3 or
before
4
starting
times in a week.
Sure, definitely. I will give a brief intro about the previous class. If you forward to the next class.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will give you a picture. So definitely, so something like if you want to start a container. So I will give you a blueprint or something like I will give you a picture about the container. Then we'll start how it works, how we can install, how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
initially I will show you the blueprint of the pictures, how it works. Same like SDLC or something like same like website hosting or something like a waterfall or a manual process. So whatever I am showing in this, so whenever we start any one of the concept, I will show this type of picture blueprints. Then we'll start the actual.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
you.
guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we'll continue from
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Hari. Thank you.